Surprise. Coaching for the Soul shorts, I guess I'll call it that. Okay. This is just a situation I want everybody to be aware of that is fabulous. And when this happens to you, I want you to post them on the Bill Clairvoyant Facebook page, please. All of your blessings that are coming your way. Okay. So I'm going to tell a story that happened today, not more than an hour and a half ago, which probably you'll get it because you guys always do. Hey, Karen. So, and this will be on Facebook for a while. Then I'll put it on YouTube. Hey, Tracy. So, you know how Spirit always talks about using social media for us, for our us to receive messages for our benefit. Okay. Well, you know that I talk about that, and they talk about that all the time. Hey, Ryan, you're gonna love this, Ryan. So hang on, dude. Okay, so you know how they talk all the time about use Facebook, use Insta, have a YouTube feed that you can go to because they'll bring you messages. Hey, Heidi. Hey, Seuss. So this message is amazing. Okay, I mean, I've been getting messages. Thank God, confirmation, right? Boom, 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 boom. So, how do I start this? Spirit had it all planned out, and then he went, wait a minute. Okay, now we're gonna have to change it up, I think. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so he wants me to remind everybody how I received the phone call after Coaching for the Soul about 3 or 4 weeks ago from a person that I've known forever, about a free trip to Kihei in the next couple months. After she was listening to Coaching for the Soul, and we were talking about moving to Kihei, but first thing we needed to do is go on a vacation to Kihei to see how things gelled, how I connected with everything. Hey, Kelly. You're gonna love this, Kel. So tell Dan to get around too, because he needs it also. So confirmation, right? Throwing away that chair last October 2nd at the end of that freaking Mercury retrograde was probably the best guidance I've gotten in a really long time, which we threw it away, right? From that point on, it's been up, down, and all around. But the blessings are coming. Hey, Kimberly. Okay? They just keep coming and coming and coming. So, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Today I went to the grocery store and I got some groceries, and I came home and Spirit said, watch YouTube. Okay. So I was I was getting ready to put some chicken on the grill and had everything else prepared. And I'm like, okay, so I go to YouTube and there's the feed. And I'm just going down and going down and going down. And there's this guy who does tarot cards on my freaking YouTube feed. Spirit says, that's him. It was about Capricorn. He says, that's him. I'm like, okay, watch it. Okay. So I watched this guy that I don't know who he is. And from the minute he started that video, it was Bill, and Bill. Everything that I have asked Spirit about in the last few days on that freaking video. Crazy, but true, right? One of them was taking the trip to Hawaii, right? And we're moving, and then you're going to move someplace across the water. Going to move someplace, da-da-da-da. Again, I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense too. Confirmation. Confirmation about someone in my past, okay, who is still in my heart that I loved dearly, but he keeps showing up in my heart. Every morning I've woken up this week, he's been sitting on my heart. And I believe that's because he's thinking about me. And it's a long time ago, really long time ago. And I've been batting back and forth since we talked in 2018. Should I contact him? And Spirit keeps saying, no, don't contact him, right? Because you're going to mess him up, because he had a really hard time getting over our relationship. Hi, Nancy. So I'm like, yeah, but you know what? I'm getting a little, I don't know, I don't think it's going to hurt. We're going to be moving. I'm never going to see him again. And I don't, right? And that was not ego. It was, there's something because we are past life. He was the man, I was the woman, right? And I died because he picked me out of our neighborhood. Me, 13 years old. Really? How'd that happen? And I asked him the same question. He goes, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I know. Past life. Okay? So, I watched this video, and the first thing this guy talks about is the person that's trying to contact you from your past. It could be a boyfriend, it could be a girlfriend, it could just be people that you were in love with, Chimes, because they're still in love with you. That's not going to happen. It's either an Aquarius or a Gemini or a Aries. Okay, well, don't do that because you're going to mess them up. Okay? If they try to contact you, they're thinking about you all the time. They're thinking about you all the time. I know why, because I'm moving away. Right? 12 hours away. So, in the middle of the ocean. So, I went, okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Heart cleared. Like, this is pretty cool. Okay? So then, this guy talks about the next person in your life is right around the corner. When you meet him, it's going to be love at first sight between both of you. And he's very independent, and he really doesn't need a lot. You may want to run away from him because he's intense, and he loves deeply, but he doesn't show it. I'm like, well, I got one of those right now. You know, I mean, he can't be him because he's in my life and we're just friends. And as I say that, he responds, he's not in your life yet. He's just around the corner. I'm like, okay, thank you for that, right? And then he goes on to talk about he could be an Aquarius. He's somebody who's going to love you. He's somebody who's going to take care of you. He's somebody like you've never had before in your life. Now, little backstory on that, right? They have told me the person that's coming to me, in fact, they told me again last weekend, the person who's coming into my life is going to take care of me like I've never been taken care of before. And this person said, it's going to scare you. True. I don't want anybody all up on me. I'm a Capricorn, that's good. You know, okay, I'm good. Keep distance unless I want you to come close, right? That's a Capricorn thing. Because it's usually fear of love. So then this wonderful tarot card reader from the South, you know, and it's a guy. I don't understand the whole guy thing with tarot cards. I don't see anyone doing tarot cards at psychic fairs in Michigan, in Chicago, in Ohio, in Indiana, anywhere in the Midwest at all. And I know 3. Well, I've seen 3. They're just guys, everyday guys, who are doing freaking tarot cards, right? Blows my mind because I don't understand. And they're young. One of them is like 22, 23. And he knows about tarot cards. Blows my mind. Anyway, had to put that in there. So, again, he says it's long term. Okay, once you meet him, once you're not afraid of him because he's intense, he's going to want to take care of you. He's going to want to love you. He's everything you've ever wanted because you've taken care of people your entire life. Bingo. Spirit sent it to me too. Amazing. Just amazing. And then he starts talking about ascension. So I talk about all these things. I'm like, okay, this guy and I are on the same freaking page, and he might be 30 years old. Right? So when we talk about having a feed, and they know I'm on YouTube at least 3 times a day, right? They know I'm on Facebook all the time. I'm more on Instagram now, right? Do I post on Instagram? Not a lot. But I like what Instagram gives to me when it comes to spirituality. It's much more refined. Facebook is not. So I get messages better on Instagram and YouTube than I do on Facebook now. Why? Because my vibration is higher. Chimes. See? So when we talk about that, please understand they are trying to help you ascend. Your guides, the universe, I mean, trust me, the solar system, the sun, everything is guiding us to higher dimensional energy. Right? Find time. Find time for YouTube. Find time. I think YouTube is the best thing that you can have because they'll bring you videos that talk directly to you and you have to go, are you freaking kidding me right now? Really? And it's usually confirmation that's positive, not negative. That's the cool thing. That's the cool thing. So please use your social media for you. Okay? Again, I know you guys like what I post, and I so appreciate that. Because it's some pretty good stuff, right? It kind of resonates with a lot of people because they told me to post it, right? We're really not that much different. Really not. We're all going in the same direction, right? We're all going into ascension. The world's going to change around us. All of a sudden, you're going to feel and believe that everything that you want is coming true. Everything that you want, they'll bring to you. You just have to ask. Hi, Haley. How you doing? You just have to ask, right? Talk out loud to spirit. I'm telling you. And again, today, I put on his feed, I said, okay, you're freaking talking about stuff that I just talked about to my guides. And he's talking about it. I'm telling you, it blows my mind. Hey, Paula, it blows my mind because I know that I believe in that stuff, right? Because it's happened over the past 6, 7 years, a tremendous amount of time. There's no such thing as out of the blue. There's no such thing of anything. It's all synchronized. Do I believe that we're going on this vacation? Yeah. Do I believe lots of money's coming? That's another thing that he said. Financial abundance is coming in big loads. Be prepared. I know what that is, right? I know what that is. It's money that I put away during my soul journey with Lori Lipton. Yeah, she told me I was sitting on a throne, and on top of me, about 3 inches from my head, was a big golden, not a blob, but an oblong, gold, sparkly substance, okay? And she asked my guide, so what is that above his head? And they said, ancient gold he put away dimensions ago for now. And he also told her, everyone has it. Everyone has it. It's just in a different amount, right? So we're all going, so when Spirit talks about being abundant in the future, people are like, well, Bill, how does that happen? Your ancient money comes to see you. It is given to you because you plan for right now. You plan, your soul, your entities plan for right now. Why am I going to Hawaii? Because as my guide said, there was 11 of them with Hawaiian shirts on, Bill's coming home. He's of ancient Hawaiian ancestry. Makes sense to me. And I'll just give you a thing right now. Hang on a minute. I'm going to show you guys this plate. Okay? Now, when Lee and I met in 2016, right? He lived in Mount Clemens, he had his own house. And when he moved in here, he was just going to let the house go back to the bank because it was kind of in shambles, right? He's trying to make it with his former partner who passed away and trying to make it all, but they really didn't have the money to bring it what it needed to be. So he was just going to leave everything there. I said, no, I'll sell it all. Salesperson, right? Give me something to do. You know, sold all the appliances, blah, 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 blah. The one thing that I wanted out of that house, what's this? Didn't know why. I just thought they were amazing. They felt in my heart. I felt them in my heart, right? There was 5 of them. There wasn't 6. One of them broke. Now, why would I be guided in my heart to a pineapple plate? No idea in 2016. No idea in 2016. That's when I sold all of his stuff. Yeah, he made some pretty good money. But why? Now I understand my heritage. It's going to make me cry. Because what are you doing? Don't make me emotional. That's not what this is about. Oh, I know. I get it. You all have stories like this, Spirit says. You all have stories like this. Hey, Susan. We all have stories like this. We all have money from dimensions ago when we were in 4 and 5D, back 12,500 years ago, maybe further back than that, that we, as our souls, as entities, put gold away, because that was the way things worked back then, right? That is going to come to us now. You have to believe and ask. You have to believe, and let it flow to you. Let it flow to you. Allow it to get close. Allow it for you to taste it. Allow it and understand by getting ego out of the way that guess what? When you're rich, okay? Are you going to know where it came from? Probably not. On the same subject, I had quantum healing on Monday with Brenda Tringali at the Indigo Doors. I go every 4 weeks. What a blessing that is. She says to me, Bill, the money's like almost just, it's right on your doorstep. But she knew nothing about this. But Bill, there's no lineage in that. There's nothing, it's like it's just going to drop on you. It's like inheritance or something. But there's no trail, Bill. There's nothing that my guides or your guides, it's just going to come. That's how it happens, everybody. Hey, Joy, that's how it happens. I've told this story before. Last fall in Michigan, woman buys $20 on Monday, $20 of lottery tickets every single freaking week for 7 years in a row. Won like $100, stuff like that, right? Nothing big. It's a Friday. She's at the party store. That's what we call our 7-Elevens and stuff here. Party store. She's getting a pack of cigarettes and a pop. And she's at the counter and she hears, buy a ticket. Buy a ticket. No, I buy my tickets on Mondays. I'll buy them again. Buy a ticket. Her heart says, buy a ticket. My God. Okay, I'll buy a ticket. She won $66 million. $66 million. Like that. Because she listened to her intuition. She listened to herself and didn't allow ego to say, oh, no, I'm waiting till Monday. No, she bought the damn ticket. That's how it's going to happen. For everybody. It's just going to show up one day. And when it shows up one day, you all are going to be like, oh my God, I'm so glad that I allowed it to flow to me. I'm so glad that I listened to my guides. I'm so glad that they knew exactly how I was going to receive it, although they won't tell you how you're going to receive it. Lori Lipton did that soul journey for me out of the blue because she was guided to after Bailey passed and my brother-in-law passed, and I didn't know how to deal with that. I'm like, my God, I haven't dealt with death in a really long time that is that personal to me. My dad and I were good. My brother and I were good, but Dale I've known for 28 years, and he was like my brother. He was married to my sister, who's, again, my sister, right? So when it happens, everybody, I want you to understand and look backwards and go, oh my God, I'm so glad, I'm so freaking glad that in June, hey Candace, that in June 2023, I started to believe that I'm going to be abundant. I choose to believe, hi Ivy, I choose to believe that I'm going to allow things to flow to me. I'm going to believe after that frickin' summer solstice, which was a frickin' atomic bomb of loveliness, with energy infusing everything, and our vortex getting bigger, and we're getting closer to our vortex. Chimes, we're getting closer to everything that we want. And I'm just on here to tell you guys, it's the frickin' truth. Use your social media for you. Use your frickin' YouTube feed for you. Have a designated time you're going to go on YouTube. I don't care when it is. At least for a half hour. Okay? Or 5 minutes here, 20 minutes here, 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. Because I'm telling you what, even Instagram, even Facebook, but I'm telling you what, they will put the messages and your understanding in your fingertips. And you will be guided like I was. Click on that guy. It talked about Capricorn. I don't believe anybody that reads tarot cards. Because there's so many definitions of who we are as human beings. I know that, right? But when they guide me, I have learned to listen. To listen. Right? To listen. That's the message. It's a message. So when this person gets here, I don't know if it's going to be here or on vacation in Hawaii or what it's going to be. It doesn't matter. Lee already knows we had this conversation last weekend. That, well, we're friends, right? Oh, yeah. Okay. We're friends. That's it. And when the new guy comes, because I was telling somebody about it, he was in the kitchen. First time I've ever done that in front of him. I've known for a year, maybe a year and a half. But they said, no, go ahead. It's time for him to know. Okay. That's what the deal is. That is how it works. That is how you allow them to open those freaking doors and allow the wind to come in. The nice summer wind that we all adore and we all love. Nice, warm, perfect, 75 degrees, blue sky in Michigan. It is heavenly. Heavenly. No humidity yet. Today's kind of humid. James. But that's what we have to do, everybody, is to make a point to let it in. Let it in. In fact, since I made that declaration to Lee, I'm getting so many looks from men. I'm like, what the hell is that about? Them. Okay, it's like, they said, you got to get back in the game. Okay, but as the Capricorn that I am, I'm like, I don't know, I really don't, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. I'd rather work on my spirituality and my connection and chimes. They're like, no, dummy. Look at the guys that are all looking at you. Okay. So they have the ways to get us to where we got to go if we allow them to. If you're open and loving and understanding that they're never going to put you in a hole. They're never going to stop things from coming to you. They're never going to do anything to hurt you. What we have to understand is that there's no time in spirit. Our time on earth is linear. It's changing, but we live in linear time, right? They don't. They told me in 2018 I was moving to Hawaii. Times. When else coming to fruition? 5 years later. Now my linear human self back then was like, oh, cool, let's go. I'm such a totally different person, transformed into this totally different person because I allowed them to lead me. I allow them to do what they've got to do with no expectations on my part at all. At all. Last week I told you guys about the $400 that showed up, right? I needed a jump. It was $200 to get a jump. What is that? It's crazy. I need to go to Bell Tire and get a tire. $205. And then somebody bought an element package for $400 that day. Out of the blue. Out of the blue. Hey, Chrissy, I was out $15. That's how the abundance happens. That's how good things happen, is that they know that you're trusting. They know that you are conscious. They know that the petty person inside, ego, that is going to, like for me, I could have been in the past, this is totally Bill, is, okay, you just paid $400 and then just paid off $400, what the fuck is that about? I could use the $400. And this conversation we've had in the past. And they would say, well, what are you gonna, well, what would you use it for? I would pay a bill. Let us get this straight, Bill. The money we bring you is not for bills. It's for you. Hi, Liz. Last fall. Really? But you bring me money so I can pay my bills. No, Bill, that's not the point. The point isn't we're bringing you money to pay your bills. We're bringing you money we're bringing it to you so that you can do things for yourself. But I'm not selfish in that sense. I'm still that Capricorn who is structured and responsible, and that's just who Capricorn is, right? All of us are different. So when you begin and truly trust and truly allow the flow, right? And truly get out of your head. Stop thinking about the negative stuff, the bad stuff that could happen, because that's only ego. If something happens that's a bump in the road, so you go over the bump in the friggin' road. It's not that big a deal. It's not going to derail your ascension. It's not going to derail your activation into higher dimensional energy. It's not. It's not. Again, hey, Danny. Again, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Understanding as much as you possibly can that you have to talk out loud to your guides. Understand as much as you can that you have to have flow. Gotta allow stuff to come to you, right? Understanding, again, they've got your back. They're not gonna let anything happen to you at all. At all. Is it gonna suck sometimes? It's gonna suck sometimes. Why? Because our energy is a whole lot of stuff. And we're going through this Pluton, this generational thing, right? This whole week, when I wake up in the morning, the last dream I have is about my family. My mother, my dad, my brother, my sister. Lee's sometimes in it. My friend Carl, who lives in Arizona, he's in it every single morning. Do I know what that is? No. I love it because I feel like they're here, right? My friend Carl knows how much I love him. You know, we've been friends forever, right? But we haven't seen each other in 40 friggin' years. He lives in Arizona. So as you go through that transformation, right? And things like the dreams in the morning happen, document them. When you get a visitation from someone, document it. When things start to go kind of cool in your house, document it. Time and place, time and place, time and place. If you're at the grocery store, like, right? Or you're someplace else, out and about, and something that seems that's kind of cool and crazy, that just happened right there. Again, I've talked about this before because Spirit always knew. You're standing in the grocery line ready to cash out, if you have any cashiers in the grocery stores anymore, just probably you. And the person in front of you is talking about something that you asked Spirit about today. Or behind you, talking, blah, 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 and you go, holy shit, that's what it was talking about. I asked Spirit that this morning. That's how it happens. That's how it happens, everybody. We know that. It's getting our ego out of the way and allowing ourselves to be guided to keep 5 plates that you don't know why they're so cool back in 2016. But now I get it, right? 7 years later, I get it. I get it. So that's what this is all about. And like I said at the beginning, I want everybody, when you have these cool things happen, I want you to tell the story on my Bill Clairvoyant Facebook page. Okay? I truly do. And I'm thinking about opening up the Coaching for the Soul private page to everybody. Just as a second page for us to play with. That's what I'm feeling I need to do. But Spirit hasn't said do it yet, right? Because I know things are going to change when I move to Hawaii, right? I've got to write. I've got to channel some books for the Lemurians. I'm going to be busy with my business, I guess. Everybody's going to know that I'm there. It's going to be, the alert goes out that Bill's now on the island. Again, I don't know what that looks like, but they've told me all of those things. So I don't know how that's going to look, right? But I'm allowing it to happen. Am I afraid? No, not at all. I have no fear at all about anything in my life. Nothing at all anymore. It's all gone. It's all gone. Because I allow them to take it away. I allow them to tell me, Bill, stop. Just stop. What are you doing? Just stop. I get it. I get it. I get it. Sometimes it's hard. Just stop, Bill. So when you have cool things happen, Bill Clairvoyant on Facebook, tell us about it. Stand up and be joyful. And say, how cool is that? Why? Because other people, hey Laura, because other people may not post anything. That's why I post so much stuff. That's why I'm doing this, right? Because I could talk about it on Coaching for the Soul next week on Thursday at 3 o'clock, but it's in an hour broadcast. This is not. Chimes. See? So when we have those cool things happen, please post them on my Facebook page. Or send me something and I'll put it on my Facebook page if you don't want anybody to know it's you. I'm cool with that. I'm perfectly cool with that. But it's about us standing in who we are. I know, right? He's going. Us standing in love. Us understanding that what we do, the love that we have for people, the love we have for experiences, that we tell people, hey, Jeannie, that we tell people on the page exactly what happened. Because they'll go through it too if they haven't already. They will chime in, and that's a collective consciousness. All of us together is formidable. We are the power. We are the source. That was pretty freaking cool. I know, right? I've said that before. But that's what it's all about. So we'll take the Bill Clairvoyant page and infuse it with more and more light, more and more energy from all of us, if you would, for me. And like I said, if you don't want to post it yourself, send me something and I'll post it. About, I have this friend, this happened to them today, this happened to them yesterday, they had this dream, they had that dream. That's what it's all about. It's us doing it for the collective. For the collective. Okay? So I'm going to post this on Facebook, because that's a Facebook Live. I'm going to put it on YouTube also, probably tonight. But I will leave it on Facebook too, just because I'm being told I need to. But YouTube people need to see it also. Any questions, guys? You know where to find me. Psychic Fair tomorrow in Frankenmuth. Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 7, which is really long hours, but it's 10 to 7. I think it's $10 to get in, maybe $8 to get in, I don't know. But coming up there, if you're in Metro Detroit, it is the second to the last live event I'm doing this year. And the way they're telling me, St. Clair Shores, the weekend after the 4th of July, will be my last one forever. Doing this, or doing readings and things like that. I will no longer be doing them the way that I've done them in the past. Because when I get to Hawaii, all things will change. All things will change. So if you want to see me, I'd hate to. We're not going to have a going away party. Spirit says, no, you're going to come home for vacation, and it's going to take you less than 30 days to give away all your stuff because you've already bought in your house. So, can't wait till that happens. You know? Be fantastic. Because I deserve everything that I get. I deserve everything that they have planned for me. I deserve everything. Love, abundance, houses, cars, extra houses, boats, whatever. All of us do. Gold, silver, whatever you want, you can have. And I'm going to say that till the day I freaking die. I'm going to say that on stage. I know it in front of 1,000 people. What the hell are you doing? You can have anything that you want. Why aren't you taking it? Why aren't you asking for it out loud? Yeah. So, I know. Spirit is what? We'll preach that shit until the day we die. I'm like, Ditto. I totally get that. He swears a lot. Sorry, guys. I didn't catch that before he came out. So anyway, everybody, namaste. I love all of you so much. The love you guys give me is amazing. No, we're not doing that. And I so appreciate it. The support, the love, I feel it every day. Every day. Every day. So, yeah. I'll see everybody next Thursday at 3 o'clock, I think. Because I got the Psychic Fair this weekend. Maybe I'll do it from there. I don't know. But next Thursday at 3 o'clock, Facebook Live, Coaching for the Soul, Bill Clairvoyant. Then on YouTube at 4. See you guys. Enjoy your weekend.